It's John, Vintage Fisherman. Listen to this. No, that's not birds in the garage. That's a fishing reel. I'm working on easy stuff today. I'm still reeling from this surgery. This is a Shakespeare ultralight. I'm not gonna keep this reel. I mean, I'll give it to a kid, but I can't even give it to a kid in the shape it's in. So we're gonna get the squeaky out of this thing. Give it a good cleaning. Let's see what we can do with it. That's a bad sign right there. You see that? It says it has one ball bearing in it. We might get in here and just find this to be junk. Or it could just be loose. Well, let's take it apart. Go through the drag last. Well, there's the squeak in the handle. This came in a box of reels. Oh, what is it? It's a Shakespeare ultralight 3000. Well, that ain't a 3000 size reel. So this is before they started really getting into the numbering system, but it's a ULX. Definitely not a 3000 size reel. In comparison, here is one of the next ones up on the bench. A Sienna 2500. That's a 2000 to 3000 size reel. See the difference in size. Big difference. So I would make this like a 1000 size reel. And I'll give this to a kid. I'll think I'm kidding. I don't. I see a kid that looks like he wants to be in the fishing, and maybe, you know, he just doesn't have the money, or mom and dad didn't have the money to get him started. I'll give him a reel. Maybe somebody down the line will give him a rod. I don't have too many rods, so I don't really give rods away very often, but most of the rods I have I actually use. I probably don't have 100 rods, if that. Let's pull the side cover off, see how bad this thing is. Hey, oh, I got it. Well, it ain't ugly. Let's pull the, it looks like it's barely used, to be honest with you. That's got a really small Phillips head. I may have had one of these things back in the day. It looks familiar to me. Maybe one of the kids had one. Yeah, it just needs a good cleaning. A really good lubrication might have fixed it. That was dry. Here's what's going to tell the tale on this reel. It was just loose. So the thing worked itself loose. The thing, the rotor nut. Oh gosh. Yeah, that bearing leaves a lot to be desired. If that's a ball bearing in there, yeah. Okay. We'll take this apart last. I don't think that's a ball bearing in there. If it is, it's shot. Some false advertising on this reel. It says it has one ball bearing in it. I don't believe it. No way. It does have a ball bearing in there. Son of a gun. Why is it so loose? That bearing nowhere near fits that shaft. It hasn't been gone into, so something just wasn't right from the factory with it. Wheel. Let's go into this. Got a lot of sand in it. No liner in that. All right, this end down here has the trip. We won't take the trip out of that, but I will take that clip out there. Okay, so we got the covers off. This has a clip also. Yikes, those are going to be fun to get back in. That wasn't too bad to get out, but it won't be fun to get back in. And it's got a bell spring under it. And we'll pull that cover, and there's your bell spring. Everything's in good shape on it. I'm not too worried about anything other than that bearing. I don't know what size bearing that is. We'll measure it and see. It's probably a Jap or Korean made real Hong Kong. So it's going to be metric. I'll go with 14 millimeter outside diameter. My batteries are getting low. $8 millimeter inside. And that's probably what, 4 millimeters? 3.5. That's an oddball. Well, I know I don't have that one. If it was a 4, I probably have it. So, we'll clean it up. Oh, the drag. Forgot about the drag. At least it has a serviceable drag in it. We can make that work. A little cruddy and corroded. Some cowls will make that drag like brand new. Or better. It's all stuck. If you'd hooked a fish on this, it'd broke off. That's another thing cows does. If you're not a guy that's fishing with your rods and reels every day, cows will keep your drags from sticking like this. Even if you forget to turn them off, crank them, loosen them up. Cows will protect your drags. All right, well, there it is. We'll clean it up, put it back together. Some kid's gonna get a nice little reel. I'll be back. Okay, I've got this little ultra light 3000 ULX, pardon my big head in the way, cleaned up. Feeling rough today, folks. Feeling really rough. Let me get a couple of Q-tips and do a little extra cleanup in this thing. It's had some areas it was hard to get into. We'll get it going here in just a second. I have a feeling it's going to be a nice little reel. Once I get into it, let that drain off just a little bit. Okay. Get my thoughts together on this. Let's do the rotor first. All right. First thing is our bail spring. Always give it a little grease down in there. The long arm of the bail spring. Oh, where's the hole at? I put the grease in there and lost where the hole is. Or was there a hole? Should be a hole. Okay. That was really good, John. Smart. There it is. It's right there. Lord have mercy. All right. A little bit of grease on top of the spring because it slides underneath that cover. I'll make sure I got the right cover here because they're both, yeah, that one goes on the other side. So that will go in there just like that. One of these little bitty screws. I'm shaky. I apologize. I'm dealing with a lot of pain and nausea and all kinds of good stuff, man. Fun stuff. This bail arm also has a hole in it right there. The bail spring's gonna sit in. We gotta give it a little bit of grease. You don't want to coat it too heavy. And that bail spring needs to find its way in. It's going to be a pain to set. Can't see it's all blacked out up in there, you know. So that's not right. It's right about there. Why is it not going in there? Oh, I see why. I see why. Okay. This is going to be a bit of a pain, no doubt. I'm going to have to hold the bell spring up with the screwdriver. Seat the bell spring just like that, and then seat the bell on. Then all you gotta do is put the clip in it. Just take a screwdriver, push that clip in. Good, 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 good. Over here, we're going to give this just a little drop of oil. We'll give it some grease right up here and right in there where it pivots. We can go ahead and put this cover on. This takes a pin through it, but you've got to trying to remember how this works. It's got to go on this side of it. So the pin, I don't look right. Yeah. Okay, that's right. Pin comes in through the top. We'll give it just a dab of grease in there. And all the way through. Yeah, that's right. And then your little clip. They can be a pain, but if you just, there's a little slot. And if you just kind of slide that pin, that clip down in there, and it won't go anywhere because it's kind of encapsulated. You just put it in there. Deep breath. Dealing with the pain. You put that roller on there. As you don't know, if you haven't been keeping up with me, I had surgery, and I'm 3 days post-op here, and still recovering. And the best way to recover is to jump right back into it. Of course, I'm not doing any physical work. I actually can't for a month. They sliced me and diced me. I can't even lift, I think it's 10 pounds was max for a month. So, and this is not wanting to go in there, and I don't know why. Unusual. There we go. Now this is subject to how tight you want it. You want that. You don't want the bell to wobble, the bell wire, but you want the line to roll. So it's a balance between that, and I got it just right. So that's good. That may be bent just a little bit because it just didn't want to line up good. We'll go with it though. All right. First thing back in is the pinion. I've already oiled the bearing. I can't remember if that shim was right there or on the handle. Watch it fit both. Yes, it does. I'm going to say it's on the handle. These normally don't have shims on them. So, this will go in. Ew, I left a bunch of junk up in there. Really hard to, these little reels that have black housings are really hard to see down in them and get them clean. I think I got it now though. And then you got your retainer that goes in, which is also your bail trip. Goes just like, it won't go one way, so don't get too freaked out about that. These little bitty screws. I can't use a screw setter because they're Phillips. They won't work in Phillips. Those just have to go in by feel. Let me look at something before we get too far along here. Yeah. I do believe there's supposed to be a spacer underneath there. I got two spacers here. I think I remember one of them being before the bearing and one being after the bearing. So let's see. Might do a little trial and error here. No, definitely not before the bearing. Yeah, those both go on here. Okay, I digress. Let's just put it together. It'll all work out. Okay. All right. Let's get the guts back in it. Grease this up where this crosswind gear goes and that crosswind block. And the crosswind gear just drops right in like that. You got a bearing I probably should have put in before the crosswind gear. Can't find the tool I want, so I'll just grab the tool closest to my hand. The bearing or bushing goes in just like that. It's the thinnest bushing. All right. Grease it all up good. For some reason, the grease doesn't want to leave my brush. All right. There's a wire on there. That's got to go inside that groove right there. I'll show you in just a second. A little oil on the bushing. Lucas oil. Okay, so when you put this in, some reels will give you a little hole to look through to line it up. They don't on this reel. It's a cheaper reel. You got to line that little wire up. So when you spin it, the anti-reverse releases, and then when you try to backpedal it, it clips it back in place. That's that. Let's drop that in there. Like that. Now I can't put this too much further together until I put the rotor on it. I probably went too far without the rotor on. We're just going to have to hang on to everything. Oops. This As far as I can tell, both of these went on right here. Then your rotor goes on, and you got the lock will go on there. And then your nut. And that was loose. Remember, it was loose, but I'm not going to tighten it up just yet. Well, yeah, I am. Okay, everything in here is scrambled right now, so we got to get everything tucked back into place. You put your shaft back in. Line it up. Line the hole up. And then put this tiny little screw back in there. Oh boy, that thing's small. And that's what holds the shaft in it. Okay. I believe that shim went right there. And this bearing goes right here. And we'll oil that bearing. And then your cover goes on. Just like that. This reel's been used. It's not had an easy life, but it's not in horrible shape. Looks like it sat in a yard sale and then somebody gave up on it and got rid of it. All right. It's spinning free. Pretty smooth. Put this cap on this side. And we'll put the handle on this side. Working as it should. All right. Lots of oil. I got to get all the WD-40 off of it. It's really greasy. Some kid's gonna get a decent little ultralight to play with. Hopefully they'll take good care of it. But I know how kids are, you know. It's not squeaky anymore. All right, let's do the drag. Takes a felt washer first. They're pretty dry, so give them a good coating. Just wipe the old grease off in your fingers and put them on there. You don't have to clean those metal washers too much. If they're real rusty, you might want to give them a brush down or something. Those almost look like cardboard and not felt. I don't know. Maybe they are. There it is. Make sure that clicker's got some oil on it. And put it back home. It's got drag. There it is, folks. If you wanted to fix your old Shakespeare ULX 3000, capacity on this thing is 468, so it is actually a 2000 size reel, but I don't know if I'd put it to that test or not. Decent reel, but would I put this reel through? Would I put this reel through? This is a 2000. Probably not. But it is what it is. This is John, Vintage Fisherman. Thanks for watching. This was a long one for a small one, for a small reel, but I enjoyed that. It was fun. I like fixing them. Smooth, very, very smooth. The bearing issue straightened up after I tightened that nut up. It's tight. All right. Well, please like and subscribe and take a kid fishing. It might be the kid I give this to. You never know. Y'all have a good one.